So there's one phrase that we've heard by British in the budget, and I think business owners should pay attention to this. He said that he wants a government procurement to deliver British benefits, British apprenticeships, more jobs, British jobs, and he's described buying British not simply as something to do if possible, but something to build into procurement by design. Now, this is quite a strong statement, and it tells us something about this government and how they want to use their public spending. Now, they have even done this with R&D, where they are looking for British workers there too. Now, the government spending is economic policy. So the base idea is that if the government is spending billions anyway, can that spending also create UK jobs, the UK supply chain, looking at apprenticeships and skills and new tech, and then also obviously helping them grow British businesses. Now, Healy used a similar approach when he was the Defence Secretary. So I think this could become an increasingly important part of that wider economic policy. What he did is he actually made sure a certain percentage of all procurement was from British companies. What does it mean for us as SMEs, though? Potentially an opportunity, but it also means being ready. So if you want to supply into larger government contracts and major infrastructure projects or businesses winning that work, people may increasingly want to know, can you deliver? Are you financially stable? How strong is your cash flow? Can you demonstrate employment and skills outcomes? Starting to think about that whole procurement side when you're looking at governments. Do you take on apprentices? Where does your actual supply chain even sit? And what social value, that's a massive one at the moment, what social value do you create? Making sure that then, your system's also robust, because your accounts and your financial information stop being something that only HMRC sees. They become part of proving we are a business you can trust with this contract. So this isn't just for huge companies. The government procurement flows down supply chains. So a 500 million infrastructure project might involve hundreds of smaller businesses, from engineers to consultants and IT companies, and that even then, looking at the recruitment for those and the training providers for those people, and then actually all the way through from marketing and professional services and the manufacturers. So I guess what I'm trying to say is you don't necessarily need to win the giant government contract yourself, but you might need to become the best supplier to the company that does. So if public sector or large corporate work forms part of your growth strategy already, get tender ready before the opportunity arrives. So clean financial information and strong cash flow, things that I always advocate, alongside, of course, good systems where you've documented your processes and being able to provide evidence of your impact, and also understanding that procurement pipeline in your sector. I guess because if Buy British becomes a bigger part of the economy, the winners won't necessarily be the businesses who noticed it on budget day. They'll be the businesses who were already ready.